Before we begin, imagine this for a moment. What if one of the greatest archaeological mysteries on Earth wasn't hidden beneath a jungle or buried beneath desert sands, but beneath an ordinary neighborhood in central Turkey? What if thousands of people have walked over an underground world for centuries without realizing how deep it truly goes? And what if an ancient civilization claimed that these enormous cities weren't built by ordinary humans at all? Stay with me, because by the end of this journey, you'll understand why a handful of mysterious clay tablets, a network of subterranean cities, and one of history's oldest legends continue to spark debate among archaeologists, historians, and researchers alike. Whether you believe these stories describe forgotten history or powerful mythology, the discoveries themselves are absolutely real, and they become more astonishing the deeper we go. The story begins in ancient Mesopotamia, a land often called the cradle of civilization. Thousands of years before the rise of Greece or Rome, the Sumerians developed writing, organized cities, monumental temples, and one of humanity's earliest recorded cultures. Their surviving clay tablets preserve everything from tax records and royal decrees to hymns, myths, astronomical observations, and stories about powerful beings who descended from the heavens. Many people immediately connect these writings with the biblical Nephilim, but the connection is far more complicated than popular documentaries often suggest. In the Hebrew Bible, the Nephilim appear only briefly in the book of Genesis, described as mighty figures who lived before the Great Flood. The Sumerian texts, however, never actually use the word Nephilim. Instead, they describe divine beings known as the Anunnaki, a group of deities associated with creation, kingship, judgment, and the ordering of the cosmos. Over the decades, some alternative researchers have proposed that these traditions describe the same entities under different names. According to this interpretation, the Anunnaki were remembered by later cultures as the Nephilim. Mainstream historians generally reject this conclusion, viewing the stories as separate traditions that developed independently. Yet despite that disagreement, the similarities have fueled endless speculation. The mystery becomes even more intriguing when attention shifts hundreds of miles north into what is now central Turkey. There, beneath the volcanic landscape of Cappadocia, lies one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient world. The city of Derinkuyu remained hidden until the 1960s, when a homeowner renovating his basement reportedly knocked through a wall and discovered a narrow passage leading into darkness. That unexpected opening revealed not a small cave, but the entrance to an immense underground complex stretching deep beneath the surface. As archaeologists continued their investigations, they realized they had uncovered something extraordinary. Multiple levels descended into the earth. Passageways connected storage rooms, kitchens, wells, churches, workshops, ventilation shafts, stables, and living quarters. Massive circular stone doors could seal entire corridors from within. The deeper researchers explored, the more astonishing the engineering appeared. Today, 18 levels have been identified, although not all are open to visitors. Experts estimate the city could have sheltered tens of thousands of people, along with their livestock, food supplies, and water reserves for extended periods. Alternative historians argue that the lower chambers display an unusual degree of planning. The ventilation system functions with remarkable efficiency. Wells penetrate deep into the earth while remaining protected from contamination. Entire sections appear carefully designed rather than randomly excavated. Supporters of these theories ask a provocative question. If the upper levels were expanded by later civilizations, could the deepest foundations belong to a much older culture whose identity has been forgotten? This is where the controversial claims involving Sumerian tablets begin. According to stories widely circulated online, one particular clay tablet allegedly describes immense underground cities built by towering beings who descended from the heavens during a catastrophic age. These beings supposedly carved vast honeycomb-like chambers beneath mountains, creating underground refuges to survive a devastating event on Earth's surface. The story becomes even more dramatic because advocates claim the tablet points toward the very region where Cappadocia is located today. If true, such a document would radically transform our understanding of ancient history. There is one major problem. No verified tablet matching this exact description has been accepted by mainstream Assyrians or archaeologists. While genuine Sumerian tablets certainly discuss the Anunnaki, divine kingship, creation stories, floods, temples, and sacred mountains, the sensational narrative connecting them directly to Derinkuyu remains unverified. That hasn't stopped the theory from spreading. Part of its appeal comes from the remarkable appearance of the underground cities themselves. Walking through Derinkuyu today feels almost surreal. Long corridors descend into darkness. Massive stone doors still stand ready to seal passages exactly as they did centuries ago. Air continues flowing naturally through carefully engineered shafts, extending from the deepest levels toward the surface. Engineers studying the site have repeatedly praised its ventilation system. Fresh air reaches astonishing depths without modern technology. Water sources remain protected even if the city above were under siege. These practical achievements are impressive enough without invoking lost civilizations. Yet, mystery often grows wherever answers remain incomplete. Some visitors notice smooth walls that appear surprisingly uniform. Others point to chambers with unusual proportions or acoustics. Certain rooms remain difficult to explain with complete certainty, leaving space for imagination to flourish. Throughout history, humans have always filled gaps in knowledge with stories. The Sumerians themselves did exactly that. Their myths describe powerful beings shaping civilization, teaching agriculture, establishing kingship, and transmitting knowledge to humanity. Rather than reading these texts as literal historical accounts, many scholars interpret them as symbolic explanations for how civilization emerged from chaos. Others believe ancient myths preserve distant memories of real events transformed through generations of storytelling. Perhaps extraordinary leaders gradually became gods. Perhaps devastating natural disasters evolved into tales of divine punishment. Perhaps encounters with unfamiliar cultures became legends about giants descending from heaven. Whenever unexplored chambers exist, speculation naturally follows. Could sealed rooms contain forgotten writings? Could undiscovered tunnels connect distant settlements? Could future excavations reveal entirely new phases of construction? These possibilities remain open not because extraordinary claims have been proven, but because archaeology is an ongoing process rather than a finished story. The legends surrounding ancient giants also deserve careful consideration. Stories of unusually tall beings appear across numerous cultures worldwide. Biblical Nephilim, Greek titans, Mesopotamian heroes, and other mythological figures often symbolize strength, authority, or divine ancestry. Whether these accounts preserve memories of real individuals or serve symbolic purposes remains uncertain. Ancient literature frequently blended history, religion, and mythology into narratives that modern readers sometimes struggle to separate. The Sumerians themselves likely understood these stories very differently than we do today. Legends grow around ruins whose original purpose fades into memory. Perhaps that explains why stories connecting Sumerian tablets, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, and Cappadocia continue capturing imaginations around the world. People aren't merely searching for giants, they're searching for origins. They're searching for the missing chapters of humanity's story. And sometimes, the greatest mysteries are not the answers themselves, but the questions that refuse to disappear. Maybe future excavations beneath Cappadocia will uncover inscriptions that clarify who first began carving these underground worlds. Maybe newly translated tablets hidden in museum collections will shed fresh light on ancient beliefs. Or perhaps the truth will prove both more ordinary and more remarkable than anyone currently imagines. History has repeatedly shown that reality often surprises us more than fiction. Until then, the underground cities remain exactly what they have always been. Breathtaking monuments to human ingenuity wrapped in layers of mystery, legend, and speculation. Some people will continue seeing them as evidence of forgotten advanced civilizations. Others will view them as masterpieces created through generations of determined human effort. Both perspectives begin at the same entrance, descend the same ancient stairways, and stand before the same silent stone walls. Those walls have witnessed thousands of years pass overhead. Empires have risen and fallen. Religions have spread across continents. Languages have appeared and vanished. Yet beneath the surface, the cities remain. Waiting, patiently holding on to whatever secrets still lie beyond the passages we have yet to explore. And perhaps that is the most fascinating part of this entire story. Not whether giants truly built these underground labyrinths, not whether the Anunnaki and the Nephilim were ever the same beings, but the simple realization that even in the 21st century, beneath an ordinary town in Turkey, enormous portions of one of Earth's greatest archaeological mysteries still remain hidden in the darkness, waiting for the next discovery to change history once again.